Assalamualaikum. My name is Saiba Nasir, and I'm here to represent a topic called modern cell theory and types of cells. If we take a look at the history, then before the invention of microscopes and before much knowledge, people used to believe that the diseases which were occurred due to the supernatural or ghostly stuff or curses. But when the microscopes came in use, the soon scientists were able to realize that the main causes behind the diseases were microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, and with the use of microscope, the scientists had the opportunity to study the base of a cell, which is basically a living organism, and different scientists gave contributions to this cell theory, but the very first one to observe the cells under a compound microscope was Robert Hooke. He observed a cork and called these as cells because he observed tiny small spherical compartments under a microscope. And Antony van Leeuwenhoek discovered motility in cells. He observed the cells of a stagnant pond water under a microscope, and he said that those cells were moving, means they showed motility, and motility is basically a sign of life, which proves that these are cells and these are living things. Schleiden and Schwann were basically fellows who were working or studying the plant and animal parts. They also concluded that the plants and animals, both of their parts are made up of cells, which are the basic and functional unit in a living thing. The third one is Rudolf Virchow, who wasn't that much credited, but later on, a few people used to credit him on his discovery. As the era of modernization came, through his investigations and experiment, he concluded that the cells were arising from the cells which were previously present. The contributions of different scientists gave rise to a cell theory. The cell theory basically had three postulates. The first one was that everything is in this universe is made up of cells. Second thing is that the cells were the base of everything, means their structure and function, like the labor of division among them, prove that these are living things and these are the basis of everything. Thirdly, cells arise from pre-existing cells. This proved that the cells already present in our body give rise to new cells. Mean new cells are also formed in our body from the previously ones with the passage of time. Later on in the modern era, the cell theory was modernized and its postulates were changed. The first one included energy flows among cells. And the second one said that DNA, which is basically our hereditary material, is passed on from cell to cell, just like the characteristics which are passed on from one generation to another generation. And the third one said that all cells have same basic chemical composition, meaning that the cells are made up of these same things, which are DNA, RNA, and so on. Over here, I would like to discuss the types of cells. Mainly two types of cells are there. One is prokaryotic and one is eukaryotic. Prokaryotic organisms are single-celled and they don't have membrane-bound nucleus or other organelles or cell parts like Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, lysosomes, etc. And this type of cells can be found in bacteria and archaea, which are prokaryotic. On the other hand, eukaryotic cells basically form the eukaryotic organisms. These are multi-celled and they have a membrane-bound nucleus and other cell parts like mitochondria, lysosomes, and all. And this type of base of eukaryotic cells is basically found in plants and animals. Here's a basic difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. On the left side, we have prokaryotic eukaryotic cell, which shows no membrane-bound nucleus, and there are no other membrane-bound organelles like mitochondria, lysosomes, and all present in it. It's very simple and it's very basic. And this type of cells are basically found in archaeobacteria and bacteria. And the second one is eukaryotic cell. We can see that it's multi-celled, and it has a membrane bound nucleus and many other organelles like lysosomes, Golgi body, peroxisomes, mitochondria. It also has a cytoskeleton for the supporting. And these type of cells are basically found in humans, animals, and plants, and in some fungi.